feeling a little too late to be doing this, but I feel like give it a little whirl, and if it's crap or I can't think straight because I'm laying in bed and now my brains and body are wanting to switch off, then we will delete this. But this evening, as I was winding down and getting myself together, I had some thoughts, and it's just one of those things you sometimes really want to get it out. I had a feeling I was either going to do some journaling or a video to get some thoughts out. And now I've climbed into bed, and it's remarkable too, because I feel like I don't know if it's like a defense mechanism my psyche's doing, like shutting down, not wanting to like go there. If this is something that's going to be uncomfortable to talk about, or is this my classic overthinking, or, well, when you want to like clarify your thoughts, you gotta write it down, talk it out. So, anyway, I just made myself my lunch for work tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad see, it's so funny how something can just distract, you can just lose it so quickly. I'm one of those people that should always have a notepad with them and use it. And I often do, like I have one at work. I mean, we could always use our phones, but I feel like I have a slight love-hate relationship, or love-beef relationship with phones lately. I feel like they've really taken over, and if you're a creative, now this is one of the thoughts, and I think I was going to say one thing and I got deterred, and hopefully I'll circle back. Yeah, I'm getting tired, clearly, and my ears are ringing, and I think it's because of solar flares. I wish I could bounce back to what I was just gonna say. Oh no. See, I don't know if it's like that your brain starts shutting down because you're getting ready to go to bed. That would make sense. There's a lot of change happening in the world right now. I feel like I'm maybe up leveling, or moving into a higher octave energetically and vibrationally, and it's really cool and exciting. I am bouncing around a little tonight in my head because I'm about to go to bed, and I'm literally in bed under the covers, so that's probably not the most efficient way of doing this, but I am gonna go to bed after this, so it's whatever. So I was grabbing my books and my journal, and I was just thinking, like if I didn't have to work, my thought in my brain that I told myself was, if I didn't have to work, I'd be getting through these books. And I'm like, well, if I say that, and if they're books I want to get through, then I can make it a priority to get through them, like, and not watch as much TV or Netflix, or I say TV, but I mean like YouTube or whatever streaming service. Ooh, I don't have any right now. I have Discovery Plus, and I think it's gonna wrap up like in like a couple weeks. I've got a couple weeks left that I can watch some of it. I canceled the subscription, even though I'd actually like to keep it. I wore mascara to work today, and so I took it off, and I always feel like I'm fishing little tendrils of whatever out of my eye after washing it off. And there may not be really much, if anything, in my eyes. It's just like an OCD thing. I think it's this autistic thing where you're like, if anything feels remotely like it could be off, you gotta like go for it. I don't know. Dig at it. Try to clear it out, fix it, make it just so. Those books. I say I want to read these books on the she. Or I just recently had my friend over and we were doing crafts, and at one point, I don't know what we were talking about, but something made me think of something from this book. And I just flipped through a page and felt called to open it up and flip to a page, because I know that's like a good practice to have no matter what book it is. I've heard of some people doing it with like the Bible. You can do it with any book, and I've done it, and my ex and I used to do it periodically. We would just grab a book and we would flip to the page and then like see where our finger landed and start reading, and sometimes like scan the page and see like what wisdom or insight or ideas came out of the page. It's a really neat, like, I don't know, I think it's like a synchronistic type of thing to do. You could say your subconscious might be showing you what page, or something's leading you to whatever page and whatever words. And on some level, I think more often than not, it'll resonate. But anyway, yeah, I've got this elven book that I started, and I just really haven't dug into it yet. At some point, I want to. And like I said, I'm like, if I didn't have to work, I would like treat it almost like studying. That's what my brain was thinking. I would like make time to do it, but the thing is when I don't have a schedule, this is my struggle bus. This is where I'm getting real. When I don't have things I have to do because they are a means to an end, like my schedule, my responsibilities that are paying my bills and stuff, I tend to want to be like free bird and just a free bird and just do whatever I want to do. And so I don't know, part of me's a little, maybe it's because I'm slightly hormonal, luteal phase, hormones are shifting. Hearing a lot of ringing in my ears. So either A, we're getting solar activity or geomagnetic storm, or we will be within the next like few hours or 24 hours. I've in like recent weeks, or like the past, like recent 3 weeks or so, like maybe or the past month, I don't know, why my brain feels the need to be so specific when trying to describe things. I don't know, but I feel like I need to be, because I want to articulate like what I'm trying to say. It matters to me to be concise, but it's so hard to probably follow someone, and I can imagine there are many people who would just be like, oh my god, like spit it out, or like that people just wouldn't want to hear it. That, or it's just my own critical brain, or I don't know. But what I was saying is like, my ears both are ringing. But in the past month, if not maybe slightly less, just give or take, I've been noticing like feeling and experiencing symptoms of solar activity like before it happens, before it registers on the scale. And it used to it generally would only ever be that I would see the notices, and then it would say like within 24 to like 48 hours you're gonna, within 2 days you'll be feeling some symptoms. So drink a lot of water and try to stay grounded and take extra good care of yourself. Things might get a little peaky, get a little intense. Pressure cookery, there have been times where it's like so intense, like this frequency shift of our light bodies. Those of us who are going like attuned, we are like, I think I don't know. I would like to think that most people are gonna experience it on some level. It's just like the people that aren't attuned to it maybe aren't going to experience it as much, or it's just not going to register at all for them, or they'll feel a little different, but they won't know why. Like, I don't know. Or there are some people that might not be getting much, if any, of that energy, or it's only going to affect them on a superficial level, whereas like the people that are really like already open are just going to be experiencing it, and they're kind of like, ah. There's this really funny SpongeBob clippy that I found on, I think, Instagram, and it just showed Patrick and SpongeBob putting their hands up and they're going, ah, ah, going over like on a roller coaster. Of course, Patrick doesn't have, well, I guess he does have arms. Okay, anyway, he's a starfish, but he has arms, I guess, right? Anyway, they were like on a roller coaster, and then like the caption of it was saying like what 11:11 just flashed on my, was just the number I saw on my screen on the timer. The caption of the SpongeBob clip was what light workers feel like as they're like registering the solar flares and geomagnetic storms and different stuff. Anyway, been watching some really beautiful content on YouTube lately, and it's just been really inspiring to me. Some of the messages are just what I'm needing to hear. Things are beginning. I might get emotional. I feel like there's some sort of shake-up and or shift, like things moving around in my life, like certain healing, certain clearing, certain transitioning has happened and is happening. And there's excitement, and then there's like, I'm literally seeing certain signs and things coming to pass and like making themselves known to me, so I can't help but feel like, whoa, this is amazing, and also like really touched. Like, it's truly magical and powerful. And there's like mixed feelings. I think a lot of the videos I've listened to lately have been talking about different perspectives of like the the astrology going on, what's going on with the world, with everything that's been getting exposed with the elites and the cabal and the dark magic stuff and the children, the blood sex rituals, all of it is starting to really come out. Epstein stuff, I may or may not have touched on that. And that and different uplifting card reading videos by a girl that's just, I swear, I'm so attuned to her, or I'm so meant to find her. I was so meant to find her. She just showed up in my feed like a month or so ago, maybe within the past month and a half. Something Kate, what's her name? Something Kate with a C, but she's great. And I've never, only one other time have I had like a person who's tarot reading videos that I really vibed with, but not even to the level of this girl. Like, holy crap, like the amazing confirmations and details that she picks up intuitively is just off the charts. I know I'm meant to express myself. I know I'm meant to do more. I want to do more. It's weird. It's as though I'm finding in my life my creativity comes in spurts. And I think that's maybe the way it should be, or I don't want to say should. That's just the way it's that's just the way it is at the moment. I don't know. I do think I'm someone who's really going to need to find putting my hand like on my thalamus. There's like the throat here, chest's here, up above it. So it's like the sternum. My hand's on my sternum, if anyone's wondering. Sternum thymus area, higher heart. Oh, that makes sense. I'm beginning to remember some of the things I was wanting to share. Or it's so hard though. It's like they come, and then I like want to say them, and then it's like they evade me. How about you come back around, thought? People can't sit here all day listening to me ramble. High heart. Anywho, I know I'm meant to express myself. I keep getting all of these very clear, very potent, very vivid signs through readings and through my own intuitive like messages, speaking with spirit guides and spirit beings and angel numbers. There's a part of me that feels like I need to go through another like bawl my eyes out pressure cooker, or maybe that's what's coming. Maybe I'm like bracing for it. I don't know if any of you are light workers, if I even happen to post this at all. If any of you are light workers, highly sensitive, on the spectrum, highly sensitive empaths, or, you know, awakened or awakening, whatever. I like to say that even those of us who are awake, we're still awakening. You know, no one's fully awake. It's just so. I lump those two together, awake or awakening. I'm assuming if you're sensitive to energies or fall under any of those terms or categories, that you've been feeling stuff. I think some of the emotion I'm feeling is the intensity on my body trying to integrate. My body is integrating and taking in these higher frequency energy, this solar plasma, this radiation, and it's upgrading me. And so I'm basically like my soul and body are like rising to meet where I need to be, or it's like it's being pulled. I'm getting this sensation of being like I don't know how to put it into words. It just feel like I'm being led, or like there's this flow, this pressure. As I think it's how do you even verbalize it? Emotionally, energetically, I feel it in my chest, my higher heart. And it makes me, I almost feel like I need to bawl my eyes out. Not right in this moment, but I don't think it would take a heck of a lot. And I feel like I probably will have a crying spell one of these coming days. But that's not bad. It's like stuff that maybe is getting shaken loose that was buried in my organs or my bones or my fascia, or it's just like me clearing something collective, or it could be clearing something, like I said, that was buried somewhere in my body, or it could be I picked it up somewhere in my environment. It could be collective. All of those things are legitimate truths. Like, these are things we experience. I keep thinking I'm seeing a white sparkle over there, or that I've seen a white sparkle over there a couple times. There may well be angel lights, which is always pretty cool. It's almost 20 minutes in, so again, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this video. I do love that I'm doing it though, because it feels so good to get what I need out of my brain. I don't have the kind of brain or nervous system where I can, like, currently at least, or maybe that's just not me. I don't have the brain or the nervous system where I can, just feeling some twinges in my right armpit area. That muscle over the heart and that chest armpit area. Twingy. I don't like it when that happens. I just think it's energy moving. I don't think I have like a lot. I don't think I have high cholesterol. I don't think I have any reason to think of clogged arteries or anything going on in my heart. If anything, it's that my heart's opening more. I'm opening up to life. I'm opening up to life more. I'm feeling more jubilant, more buoyant, lighter. Feeling held. So this is what it's going to be like. Tuning into the energy, tuning into our bodies, tuning into the emotions, tuning into where we're at, as opposed to necessarily thinking every little thing through in life. That doesn't mean we're not using. I mean, to be fair, I've been having a chat here for 22 minutes, and so that required my brain, that required linear thought, but just dropping in, feeling through it, being with wherever you're at. 222-222-30. The timer on my clock. Pardon me. A little bit of a runny. No, it was probably, I feel like it's because I've either yawned, because I yawned, or because I just got out of the shower a little while ago. I don't know. Probably not the most flattering angle of me either. I'm getting my hair cut in a couple days, getting my layers redone. And they grow right out. Usually they end around my right here. So my brain, I have been doing a lot of work in a few areas of my life. I'll touch on those. Abundance. I've been opening up to receive abundance this past month. So there's been some shifting and opening there, which is exciting. Manifestation and or aligning with the frequency of abundance more. Excuse me. And also more recently, like a week ago or over the weekend, I did this meditation to connect with, I think it was over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I connected with the spirit of Rose, the Rose Deva, or spirit being of the Rose, the consciousness of Rose. And I also stated that I wanted to connect with, the essence, the flower essence of Rose. Anyway, Rose is really powerful. Like, even just talking about it right now, my heart is just, I feel like, what a funny thing, like, the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day. I don't know, I feel like I'm going through like it could be it's a higher heart activation, or maybe it's a Rose lineage initiation, or maybe I'm entering into a new phase of love in my life. But to be really feeling it and going through it is like trippy. This journey's wild. There's so much I'm so grateful for. The beautiful people in my life. So many things that are very precious to me. I just get so caught up with all the things going on in the world, and it's really overwhelming. You know? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, do your best to give yourself time like I'm doing this evening. I really want to do this more regularly. I feel like at least once a week, or every other week at the very least. I think like once a week is a nice healthy amount, but knowing myself, I think once a week, that every other week is doable. Once a week sounds ideal. Every other week sounds very much doable. At the very, very least once a month, but that's just not enough. See, with my precise neurodivergent brain's like, how often? Try to be very specific. How often our thoughts can dwell in the past. I don't know. My brain's just trying to sit with what I'm feeling and expressing anything that's wanting to come forward. I won't be videotaping for too much longer. It's almost 30 minutes in. It has felt really good to just be with myself and to do this right now. I feel as though I know I'm being called to do so much. And it doesn't mean it's like solid yet. It doesn't mean it's necessarily like crystal clear, but I'm being pointed in the directions of the things that I'm feeling called to do. Substack, YouTube, and I think occasionally I might post a little on, Instagram or Facebook, but those I think are getting much more secondary. It's funny because lately I've been kind of like tinkering on Threads, and I have a friend who really enjoys it, and I think it's an app. I can see why people like it. I'm on there occasionally, so I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just I struggle with in and of myself. I struggle a little bit with apps that require you to be really limited in like how many words you can do. I don't know. Certain platforms and certain apps can feel really like constricting or very limiting, or you gotta have like this tact or cleverness and a brain for it, and an interest in certain little niches and certain little, I guess, certain platforms. And I don't like the short form content, and I feel like I try to like post my longer form type ideas, or not even long form ideas, but I tried to post ideas that would be more suitable for a little bit of a longer form platform. I was trying to like share them on Threads. I mean, some people do Threads where it's like they will continue on their thread with comment, but still, it's just, I don't know, I'm struggling a little. I think I'm so tired of the screens, and here I am videotaping myself on a fucking phone, being witnessed through the screen. So I'm not saying they're not beneficial, phones and screens, that they don't play a role, that they're not You know, I don't know. Feeling a little congested tonight, which is interesting. It happens occasionally after I eat. I don't know. I really... Ooh. Things are shifting. Things are moving. Magic is showing itself. Synchronicities abound. I've been very preoccupied in recent weeks because my friends and I have tickets to go see BTS in August. Holy shit. I still don't know if my brain's fully... Wow. I don't know. I just feel like life's opening up to me. Or it's not even that life's necessarily opening up to me, or that I'm opening up to meet life. I think that feels right. I think that's I articulated that right. I'm opening up to meet life where it's at. Life is raising in frequency. This universe we're living in, the planet we're living in, is raising in frequency, and humanity is raising in frequency. I'm rising in frequency. I'm like rising to meet. You know, if that makes any sense. When I did a meditation over the weekend to connect with the rose deva, the spirit being or goddess, as some might call it, of the rose, a very sacred plant, a very sacred consciousness, very potent, feminine. Something that came through, one of the first things I saw was an indicator of a divine counterpart for me. 2 swans with their noses touching one another, making a heart with their necks. I have a divine counterpart, it would seem. It's like I periodically go in and out of like a desire or openness or thought, train of thought about that, and then there's times where I feel more closed off and I'm like, I don't want to go there, I'm not open, I'm not ready. But I think I really have shifted something, or I really have healed some things, and I'm really grateful because I just looked up 3333. That was fab. I'm really grateful because I know I'm lighter. Something's shifted. I'm either in a higher timeline, higher octave of who I am. I have gone through an initiation, or I'm going through one, or both, and I'm ready, I guess. It's exciting. I'm done doing it all myself. I have a lot to offer. I'm intelligent, I'm strong, I'm deep, I'm creative. I think I'm a beautiful girl. It's weird to say it. It's weird to talk about yourself in that way, isn't it? This feels a little weird, right? Yeah. I'm 37 years old. What I was thinking before I said that was like, wow, we've been through a wild recent few years. Like, the world's gone through a lot. Oh my gosh. I was either 27 or 28 when my ex and I split up. In 2017, we split. Oh my goodness. So next year will be a decade. That is wild. He and I were only together, what, 2 or 3 years? No. 2014 to 2017. 15, 16, 17. So 3 years. And Brandon, my ex-husband, and I were together, I think, 3 years. So 2017. 2007 till 2011. But we split up. We had a separation in then that time frame. So that's 4 years, though, again, we weren't together in that entire time. My longest relationship has been like 3.5 years. 2007, 2008, 2009. Yeah, 3.5 years. I guess, I hope. My nose is burning. I don't know if it's like histamine from my meal. Hard to say. Allergies. It's been actually quite a long time since I've had any kind of allergy type symptomology. Like for a little while there, a number of years ago, I was having was it like mast cell activation and histamine intolerance, but I think I'd like to say like 80% of it, 75% of it, I think I've got a handle on it, or I've healed some of it. Like I don't know. I think my nervous system is in a much better place. My diet's in a much better place. I'm less stressed. Lots has shifted, and so I don't struggle. But every once in a while, and it could just be a little of everything. It might be that I've got a cold coming on, or it could be I have allergies getting triggered. I can't even tell you the last time I had sinus issues, right? I used to get like sinus infections and stuff. One of the last times I had a sinus issue was like 2018 that I'm aware of. And then like after that, it was always like a flu or, you know. And then a couple of years later, we had COVID come out, so I almost want to be like, well, whatever happened to allergies? Then I say that, but then I had the histamine intolerance, so that was my allergies, to be fair. It just changed how it was showing up in my body, I guess. But they're not the same thing, like your typical seasonal allergies. But anyway, who knows? I look so sleepy. Well, that's because I am, and I guess my allergies are acting up a little bit. What did I eat or do that would be causing that? I did some dry brushing before my shower, and I sneezed afterwards. I'm like, was it dry skin? I know it's gross or whatever, but who knows? Could be I've had a lot of oxalates lately, and my body's just trying to deal. Who knows? I put some lip balm on. I've had a preoccupation with all things to do with like my outfit for the BTS concert, and decorations for my light stick, and I just got myself some nails and a bracelet. I think that's it, although there is a BTS resin, beautiful, they're out of stock, and I don't know if they'll be remade, but it was really pretty. It was like a keychain that I just thought. Thing is, like, I'm like, am I gonna use it after the concert? I probably would. That's the thing. I just don't want to spend my money frivolously or foolishly. Also, I think when maybe it's emotions clearing. It's clearing for a lot of people right now, and I think grief clearing, energetic, emotional clearing. Sometimes it can show up like allergies or like a cold. So that could be part of it. Diet, emotions and energy. I don't know if solar activity can cause a cold type symptoms. Wish I had a cloth napkin right here because I would wipe my nose. I'll have to get up and get it. Oh my goodness, I've been videotaping for 40 minutes. Ugh. See, I'm not a short-winded person. It's just not how my brain works, guys. I'm ready to unite with my divine counterpart. I am ready to embark on the next chapter of my journey. I'm ready to overcome any fears, doubts, limitations, any demons that would like to keep me small and dim my light. I'm here on a soul mission, and the callings that Mother, Father, God places on my heart, I endeavor to see them through. I know in a lot of ways I have, like, a late bloomer, slow bloomer thing. But that's very common for people who are on the spectrum. And I think it depends on, like, what placements you have in your natal chart. Like, everyone's completely and totally individual, so no one's going to have the same experience. But I have Saturn in Ophiuchus in my 5th house. I think so. I might have Neptune. No, I'm either of Uranus also or Neptune. I think it's Saturn and Uranus in Ophiuchus in my 5th house of romance, children, creativity. That's all. That's some of the major things that are covered in that house. It's remarkable that, like, I suddenly start speaking up for a change, and now I'm getting all nasally. I don't know if that's because, like, it's triggering, like, I'm clearing it out of my system, or I don't know. I overthink almost everything, but I also don't really believe in coincidences. So I know sometimes we might think there's, like, causality, like things that are correlated, and maybe they aren't. But I don't believe in coincidences. So if something is like a clear correlation, like a clear enough correlation can be made that is logical and feels intuitively like it is one, then we can trust it. All in all. Yeah, it's clearing out a little bit more. Breath work is just fab. I admit I kind of sort of struggle with self-discipline with breath work, but when I do it, it's just so helpful. Same with yoga. I'm really grateful for the creative, like, awakening or creative discovery I've had this past year. Again, I kind of have it in spurts where I'll, like, dabble here and there. It's not something I'm doing constantly all the time. But I'm grateful for it, and I know that having a fucus in my 5th house, my art and creative self-expression is going to be really, like, a huge part of my self-expression and who I am and what I'm here to do. My North Node's in Aquarius, so I'm here to use my voice and my gifts and my creativity and my, all of that in such a way as to support the greater good and to help others, inspire others. My heart and soul are like, yes, Jennifer, that is true. Sometimes you can, when you're when you are intuitively, attuned intuitively. Oh, I'm getting tired, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here shortly. But when you are attuned and tuned in energetically and intuitively, you will feel when you say something and it's true. Your body says yes. It leans into it. It embraces it. It like smiles and expands into it. That's a yes. And when you say something it doesn't, and it's not true, you're just gonna feel like kind of like a, I don't know, some sort of block or heavy feeling. Or sometimes when you say something that's not true or someone else says something that's not true, you might feel like a tightness in your gut, like some kind of a warning. You might not know what it is exactly, but you'll know something's off. Sometimes I do feel as though I should do light language, but I don't know if I'm really channeling it or not. Non-linear communication. It does feel heart aligned and it does feel beautiful to do sometimes. Sometimes I think I see things out of the corner of my eye and then I like look and then there's not like nothing, so it's just bizarro. I might do a little light language though. Again, I feel like I overthink it, or I like worry about how it's gonna be perceived, or, and sometimes I'm like, am I making this up? It's like non-linear, so I think some of it is legit, but like, I don't know, when I'm really truly feeling that heart energy, that joyful energy, and just sometimes I'll move my hand and it's like light weaving is what I call it, like light dancing or light weaving, and sometimes I'll feel called to do light language. I almost did it a couple minutes ago and I'm contemplating it, but I need to get out of my head if I'm going to do it. Iyanama ishtakayana. Ishayanamaka. Ayanama. Iyana ishtakayana. Well, there's a little bit of it anyway. Whereas some people, I feel like it's like they're full on almost trance channeling it when they do it. I don't know. Everyone's different. But I think sometimes we're channeling more than we know. It's not always something linear that we can understand. Iyanama ishtayanaka. Iyana ishtakayana. Ishtayanaka. Iya ishtakayanama. If I didn't have a phone in my hand, I sometimes do movements with my fingers or hands when I do what I call light language. I don't know, it feels really light. I don't know, I just feel almost like I'm floating energetically. I feel like I'm floating on a cloud or being held by an angel, or it's very buoyant, almost like you're on a waterbed. I don't know, that's how I'm feeling right now. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, there's so many beautiful things unfolding in the world. And yet, well, in my world and in the world, energy clearing. Even though it looks on the surface to be very dark and very heavy, and it is some of it. It's freaking wild. It's really hard to be here sometimes. I'm just so excited. My inner child is ready to play and just to really live. It's almost like I'm entering into a second childhood, but in my adult self. It makes me want to dance. It makes me wish I had ribbon dancers that I could just flow across the sky. It makes me want to not work and just do whatever I want, but not only just what I want. I just want to play more. And I also want to connect. I really, truly have travel on my heart. May it be so, may it be so, may it be so, may it be. And so it is. Traveling. Sedona. The Pacific Northwest. Washington State specifically. Japan. Florida. I have family in Florida. I'll be going to Florida in July. We've got some really wonderful things coming up. Abundance and money and how to spend my money. I've been so preoccupied with how to spend my money. There's been a lot of things I've wanted, and yeah. I've used my credit card a little bit to help me take care of some things, my dental bill and the plane ticket for the July trip to Florida, and a couple little odds and ends for the concert. But I've locked the card and gave it back to my mom so that just to help for a while. I'm like, I don't really need to be using this right now, so I think it's a good little extra little disciplinary or cautionary mindful thing to do. I just looked up, it was $52.52. To just set that card aside, lock it, take it off of Etsy and eBay and not be using it. I got my raise in October. And there's just a lot of things moving. I'm calling in and or aligning with a divine counterpart who will provide for me. Join forces with me and collaborate with me or co-create with me. And I just had a vision of myself in the recent weeks where a partner would be like, you don't have to work like you do anymore. Not with me. I'm going to take care of you. And they might say, you might need to work for a little bit, but it's not going to be permanent. I'm going to take care of you. I want you to do what you love. You deserve to do what you love, and what you do matters. If it lights you up, if it uses your gifts, if it helps you shine your light and to be seen and to express yourself authentically, that's what you're here to do, and I'm here to make sure that you can do that. It's like I feel like that's like my divine counterpart speaking through me. There's some part of my brain that thinks, I don't know why, part of my brain is a bit of it's just like the part of my ego mind from the past that's hyper vigilant and cynical and thinks everything's hard or needs to be hard or that it's not going to come easily. I don't like that vibe. I don't like that. mindset. Well, if I do in fact post this video, thank you for all the people who are tuned in. If you like my energy and you like, the conversations I bring forward and my vibe, I welcome you to hang. And I thank you for that. I do desire true soul tribes, my true soul tribe, my true soul family members to connect with me. Craving community, and I don't know if that's the right phrase, but I do desire, how about that? I desire community, but I don't like the algorithms or the way that we're told or taught that we are supposed to do things in order to get a certain followership, or I don't know. It's almost like if you do X, Y, or Z, then you will be successful. And I'm kind of like, maybe some of it works, and I'm open to like knowing more about how certain platforms and things and marketing of my business, and I don't know, feel a little bit untethered or ungrounded or unclear. Aimless. No, it's not aimless. I don't know. I guess I need to pray on it and maybe put a little more thought on what it is I'm wanting to do outside of what I'm currently doing. It's just tough because, like, what I'm doing now pays the bills and doesn't leave me with very much time where I'm not, like, I get home from work and yeah. That's why I think that's going to be one of the keys. Managing my time and prioritizing what I need to do. Like today's a Monday night, and I usually do yoga Monday nights. Totally spaced it. And didn't feel like doing any of it, so I was like, I'll do it tomorrow night. I think that happened last week as well. I wish you all the best. May you and your family be blessed. I recommend the YouTuber in her channel, Carrie K. She put a beautiful video up about recent events, goings on, the spiritual perspective that she is. She knows it. She just, that woman and her videos. Forgive me for like making a video where I'm like in bed and looking like maybe a mess. I'm suddenly like congested or weirdly like allergy-y for the first time in like a while. Like every once in a while I have like a flare-up of allergy whateverness, but then it usually goes away within 8 to 24 hours or so. And then I forget. It's like my brain wants to think that, I don't have histamine intolerance anymore, and perhaps I don't. But sometimes I do think I have some of the symptoms of it, so maybe it's not completely, entirely cleared away. Oh, that feels really good. I think it's about time for me to hit the hay. Don't know if I've ever done a video where I'm like preparing for bed doing a chat, but it's kind of nice. I'm ready to share my life and my heart and my light and my isness with the world more. I'm tired of doing it all alone, and I'm being shown it's time for me to step up and out and into the light and to do the damn thing, to go for it, take some chances, to be brave. Yeah. Well, for now, I think I'm going to close with that. I wish you all and you and yours the very best. I pray that you are protected, grounded, and anchored into your highest timeline. That your crystal guardians, protectors, and spirit guides would protect you, watch over you. Any negative energies around you would be transmuted into the light, cleared from your field, and that whatever your soul's mission, whatever your true north is, whatever your path and purpose is, that you will align with it if you haven't already. Know that you'll have as much fun and lightheartedness and sweetness and creativity and play along the way as you can. Anyway, take good care of yourself. Stay hydrated. Electrolytes are important. Plenty of sleep. Unplug when you need to. But also, if you are like me, someone who is meant to communicate and utilize their throat chakra to express themselves authentically, openly, creatively for their soul's purpose. Use your voice. Speak up. I don't look at myself in the mirror that much. The way my lip was doing something made it look like I had a... Anywho. This is what happens when somebody with ADHD does a video clip late at night like this, but it's kind of funny. Hopefully I'm not getting more lip wrinkles. I didn't notice any. I'm knocking on wood. I haven't noticed any lip wrinkles since I turned 28. Suddenly I had some. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be like the same. My face is gonna change as time goes on. That's just life. And I think I'm aging well. A little dry patch there on my... Okay, take good care of yourself. Stay grounded. Sending you love. Hugs from afar. I might have to do some card reading type stuff soon, or maybe if I do some writing, I can share what I write. Or I'll just potentially do another video soon. But take care of yourself. Do your best to not get too caught up in the external world and what's going on. Don't neglect the inner reality, your inner you either. And don't ignore the outer reality and pretend like nothing's happening either. You'll know what you need to focus on, but based on what you feel drawn to and what feels right for you. So, love you. I feel called to say that. I think a lot of people might be needing to hear that right now. I have love in my heart. And setting a platonic love you out. From my heart to yours, as Carrie K would say. Take care. Until next time.